Hey y'all, I'm trying to get a hold of News Now Houston. I've been trying to contact him for so long. Tried to contact him Saturday on his live post he had going on, but oh my goodness, every time I typed in something, it just disappeared. I don't know what happened. Must be one of those freedom of speech, First Amendment, poofy things going on. Anyhow, I've been trying to contact Earl David Warden because I have something to tell you. I have some good news and I have some bad news. I'm going to start off with the bad news first because that's how I always like it. Bad first, then good, because that makes that bad seem so much better. Anyhow, bad news. I've got this neighbor, and she's got this daughter. And this daughter has this friend, and that friend has a cousin who has a little sister. And that little sister heard Philip Turner talking about some photos. Naked people. Oh my God. She was so alarmed. She thought back to her time with you. You know, that time you met her outside that Walmart. She was sitting on a bench crying. And you came up and offered her comfort. Now she's just a little naive young thing. I don't know how old she was. 15, 16, 17, 14, I don't know. But you offered her some comfort, and that was mighty nice of you. Then you said, let's move on out of here. These people don't need to know what's going on in your life. So you proceeded to lead her to your RV, you know, that RV parked there in that Walmart parking lot. And you went inside. And then you proceeded to offer her even more comfort. You know, that physical kind. Now she was just a young thing, and you told her you were in your 20s. And she believed you. But then when the clothes started coming off, she looked down and saw those short curlies were gray. And she freaked out because she was like, ain't no 25-year-old got gray down there. And she grabbed her britches and ran the hell out. Well, she's afraid that you got some photos of her first. 'Cause that's how she said things proceeded. You taking photos. I told her, don't you be alarmed about what Philip Turner said. I am quite sure Earl David has his photos secured. I'm sure they're behind a locked door on a bulletin board, or maybe behind a paneled wall somewheres. I'm sure he's not letting most folks look at those photos of those cute young things. Well, then she said she was concerned about, she ran out of there so fast she left her brassiere. Oh my goodness, I said. Don't you worry none about that. I'm sure that's locked up right tight, along with those photos of young naked peoples. What? In a box, I thought I said. You know, what was that? A trinket box? Yes, that's it, a trinket box. I told her you never mind that. He isn't ever going to let that out. That's private to him, precious. He adored you. Well, she didn't quite believe me. So I said, well, sweetie, if you don't believe that Earl's going to keep your stuff private, well, maybe you should just contact those people down there in Deer Park, is it? Those policemen there? They seem to have a lovely rapport with you, and I'm quite sure if they talked to you, they could get her photos in her brassiere bag. Just saying. Well, sorry, that was the bad news. The good news is I got this other neighbor. Oh, baby, she thinks she is right up your alley. She's about 32. Now, I know that may seem old to you, Earl, but seeing how you're in your 50s, I think that might work out just fine. She's 32, and she swears up and down she is still fertile. And she wants a big family. And 'cause you already have a big family, she thinks you can help her get hers. Now, the Lord hasn't blessed her with any children at this point, and she swears she's fertile, although she can't go and get the testing done for that, because that's just way too much money. But she did tell me she'd run by Jack's place, because I think Jack has some special voodoo powers. He can look you in the eyes and see if you are fertile or not. And she told me she'd be more than willing to do that. She'd go see Jack, only in a public place, though, 'cause she doesn't take kindly to no kid diddling or dog diddling. So, as long as they could meet up in public with plenty of witnesses, she'd meet Jack so he could look her in the eyes and confirm that she's fertile. Now, this young lady, and I say young because she's only 32, she would love to grow a family with you. And if you so desire, she would be happy to meet you because she thinks you have a lot of the same type of free time activities. She likes boating. She likes RV life. And she likes driving in little sporty cars. So I'm thinking she's probably right up your alley. Now, if you want to meet her, because she told me even if you're convicted, she'd write you in prison and all. She'd be faithful and wait. She thinks you're not going to be found guilty because you're innocent. So she thinks you should move on to the next platform. She thinks you ought to go to TLC. You know, some kind of time slot in between, I don't know, Sister Wives and Toddlers and Tiaras? Oh, wait. Toddlers and Tiaras were canceled. That brought out the pervs. Okay. Sister Wives and the Duggars. Oh, wait. No. They had some problems, too. What was that? Oh, yeah. That older boy. Oh, I remember that now. Seems he was being inappropriate with his sisters. And then, after that, he was caught while in Washington, D.C., lobbying for, what was that? Christian values like? He was meeting up with hose and diddling them? Oh, yeah, I think that was it. Oh, well, never mind. I am sure TLC could find you a time slot. Anyway, just wanted to give you the good news and the bad news. Hope the good news outweighed the bad. You have a great day, Earl David.